back on welfare payments. And let me be very clear about this. First of all, you should know I don't read newspapers in the state of Ohio. Very rarely do I read a newspaper because, just like I think that presidents have done in the past, reading newspapers does not give you an uplifting experience because it never really makes it clear that you won the Irish sweepstakes. At time to time, people will send me articles and things I need to know about. But I have found that my life's a lot better if I don't get aggravated by what I read in the newspaper. Now, I've got to tell you that I was walking the other day somewhere and I saw a big headline in the newspaper about this look-back business that was put in last December. And that is an ability to look back on people who are on relief, people on welfare, and try to reclaim overpayments, some of which the government may have made. Now, I can remember my mother not wanting to cash her Social Security checks because she thought that she was overpaid. Turned out she was right. If she'd have cashed them, the federal government would have come back and said, "You owe us money." That's the ultimate bureaucratic screw-up, is you know, when you have the state of Ohio make a mistake and overpay somebody and then come back 15 years later and say, "You owe us money." So I saw this headline, and I didn't like the headline, because people that are down and people that are hurting are not people that we got to go 15, 17 years back and try to figure out how they can pay us a bunch of money. It does not work for the people that work in jobs and family services, and it clearly doesn't work for people that are trying to get back on their feet. Now, it took us a little time because I wanted to make sure we came out with the right solution. If you committed fraud, if we can determine that you committed fraud, we're going back for 100 years to get the money back for the taxpayers. But we are going to restore only the 10-year look back because that's more practical, it's something we can put together, and it is a more appropriate use of the people's time who work at jobs and family services. Trying to go back 15, 18 years doesn't make any sense. And so the rule is going to be pretty simple. Again, we're reversing what was determined in December. It doesn't make any sense. It was really designed to follow some federal rule. They don't seem to get anything right down there. So the rule is going to be, if there's fraud, we're coming. If there's not fraud, we're going to restore just the 10-year look back and see if we can get our systems to work in such a way that we can have greater accuracy, better payments. Preliminarily, by using technology and being able to have the courage to use technology and not keep putting it off, we've been able to accumulate a significant amount preliminarily of savings in Medicaid. If you get the right systems, they can give you better results. Now, when I mentioned the Medicaid program, I know the papers have already written about this. Again, I want to warn everybody, it's a little preliminary. But right now, as a result of actually firing up a system, a new system called MITS, we've saved, 80, 160, another 50, 230. Half of that is ours. I think it's about that. And so we're going to continue to monitor that. That's the kind of system that we want to implement across the government. I mean, we have a siloed computer IT operation in the state of Ohio. We're trying to take the silos down. But in regard to welfare, let's get it right now going forward. Let's look back 10 years, and we're not going to go after somebody. It's inappropriate. It's very difficult to do. And when the state of Ohio screws up, we ought not to be punishing the citizens, no matter who they are. Finally, I'm going to be